Well, the city's transgender community too is facing the brunt of the lockdown. In one such instance, a group of transgenders and migrant workers are allegedly being harassed by the landlord to pay the monthly rent. The tenants have also alleged that the landlord has disconnected the water supply, and upon being questioned by the tenants, the owner allegedly abused them. Our correspondent Prajwal Prasad brings us a report on this.
We're here at Nelagadaranahalli, and at a time when India is going ahead and battling the deadly COVID-19, seems like the state government has come up with several rules. And one of the major rules is that they have asked the owners and they have instructed the owners not to harass the tenants for rent. Clearly see that there are many residents over here living in this particular four-storied building as well. And they are being asked to pay up rent as well. And the owner has been harassing them as these people did not listen to them. He's stopped the supply of water to this particular building since the past 10 days too, and seems like they have been suffering as well. Let's go across and speak to a few of them. Many of them are migrant workers, some of them are from the trans community as well. Let's go across, speak to them, ask them as to what the entire problem is. You know, you have been facing a lot of problems as well. So what is the owner exactly saying, and from how many days don't you have supply of water?
So from the 10 days totally the owner is not leaving the water, and we told that owner that we leave water, we can't pay the rent, we will pay the rent. Because of COVID-19 coronavirus, everything is shut down. So there are many workers and many of our community, they don't have any source of income. So we requested owner that we have your advance, so you take the advance, please leave the water. The owner says we don't know what is coronavirus and everything, we should have rent. We request that we don't have any source of income for our community and many of the peoples, but we are telling that we don't have any income. Please try to understand our situation. If we have income, we used to pay the rent. We have advance. You please take it advance. We request only one thing to the government, that government have budget for us. Please, the government should fulfill our wish that we cannot pay the rent because we don't have any source of the income. This is what we are suffering, and the owner is, if we ask to the owner is scolding in a bad words. He is not respecting us. He is making self-dignity. We have self-dignity, but the owner does not getting understand.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರು ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ನೀರು ಬಿಡ್ರಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಕಟ್ರಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾರು ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ನೀರು ಬಿಡ್ರಿ ಅಂದರೆ ನೀರು ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಏನೂ ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. 10 ದಿವಸ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್, ನೀರು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, ನೀರೇ ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಯಾರು ಸपोर्ट ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ सर.
रूम का भाड़ा पूछ रहे हैं. हम लोग अभी किधर से पैसा लाएगा? काम नहीं, कंपनी बंद है, हम लोग को खाने पीने को नहीं हो रहा है, इसको कैसे देगा भाड़ा?
ಸರ್ ನೀರು ಬಿಡಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಸರ್, ಮನೆ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗಿರೋ ನೆನ್ನೆ ಮನೆ ಹತ್ರ ಅವ್ರ ಓನರ್ ನಮಗೆ ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಪದ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ತಾರೆ ಸರ್. ನೀರು ಬಿಡಿ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾಯಿಗಳು ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿರ, ಚಪ್ಪಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೊಡಿತಾನೆ, ಚಪ್ಪಲಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾರೆ ಸರ್ ನಮಗೆ. ಈಗ ನಮಗೆ ಲಾಕ್ಡೌನ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಕೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಟೋಲ್ ಕೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಲಾಕ್ಡೌನ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾವು ರೋಡ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸಂಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೂ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವ ಥರ ಕೊಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್ ನಾವು ಬಾಡಿಗೆನ ಹೇಳಿ ನೀವೇ? ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟ ಇದೆ, ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಕಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಅದರಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಸಹಾಯ ಆಗಬೇಕು.
You know, absolutely, it is quite shocking because of the fact, the conditions that these people are forced to stay in. But also one positive thought is that at least the transgender community is also going ahead and helping their neighbors too, and this is what matters the most. But also taking a look at this entire building, you can clearly go ahead and see the fact that it has been littered with pan packets over here. There are packets of pan too, and there is dirt everywhere. This particular building has not been washed as well. The owner is not making sure that he will at least paint these walls too, and this is absolutely quite shocking. And look at the sort of dirt which is being seen, the sort of garbage which is being seen. So there is no sort of hygiene for them as well. So how are people being forced to stay in such conditions too? And if we just pan across and just move over here too, you can look at the pathetic condition in which all the people are staying over here, and this is something which is absolutely horrible, and no sort of safety measures are over here, no sort of precautions have also been taken. And you can also look at it over here too. You can look at the houses over here. The houses are in very narrow lanes over here, and to maintain social distancing, it is practically impossible for them. They cannot maintain any sort of social distancing, and this building is right next to a garbage dump where where people have dumped in garbage. There is waste that is coming in, chemical waste too, which has been dumped in as well. So how will the people go ahead and lead safe lives? Because as of now, health is very important. Health is important even more than money as well. And this is something which the house owner will have to go ahead and clearly understand too. And you take a look at this entire building over here, there are many people who are staying in this particular building, over 60 to 80 people who are staying over here, and in such congested spaces too. And this practically becomes impossible for them to maintain any sort of social distancing. So this is something which we request the government to immediately take action against those owners who are going on and harassing the transgenders, the migrant community as well. With camera person Ravi, Prajwal Prasad reporting for News 9, Bengaluru.